Coronation Street fans were left reeling after a shocking twist saw teenager Betsy Swain accidentally shot by her own mother, DS Lisa Swain, in a dramatic siege that aired during the explosive March 25 episode. While the scene was packed with tension and emotion, many eagle-eyed viewers believe they spotted a critical blunder that may have contributed to the heart-wrenching moment. The high-stakes drama had been teased by ITV for weeks, with the return of convicted murderer Rob Donovan sending shockwaves through the cobbles. Rob, who is serving time for the 2014 murder of Tina McIntyre, had been given temporary release to serve as a kidney donor for his sister Carla Connor. But in true Corey fashion, things took a dark and dangerous turn. After being deceived by DS Lisa Swain, who convinced him to go through with the operation before he could escape, Rob launched a violent retaliation. With the help of prison officer Mandy, who had fallen under his manipulative spell, he kidnapped Carla and took her to an abandoned warehouse. Although Carla survived the ordeal, the psychological scars remained. When Rob resurfaced on the street, it wasn't long before he turned to his former fiancée, Tracy Barlow, for help. Despite initial hesitation, Tracy reluctantly agreed to hide Rob, who was now bleeding heavily from his surgery and growing increasingly erratic. Things took a terrifying turn when she discovered he was armed and desperate. As his condition worsened, Tracy tried to convince him to get medical attention, but Rob wasn't interested in being saved. He wanted revenge. When she mentioned calling an ambulance, he responded by waving the gun in her face and forcing her to lure Carla to no one under false pretenses. Carla arrived, under the impression she was discussing a business opportunity, only to be greeted by Rob stepping out of the shadows with a gun. In a bizarre and chilling moment, he made Tracy serve Carla a plate of out-of-date spaghetti on toast, before revealing his disturbing plan to make Carla watch him die so that the memory would haunt her forever. Desperate to defuse the situation, Carla appealed to Rob's emotions, recalling fond childhood memories in an attempt to bring him back from the brink. But Rob remained fixated on his fatal plan. Sensing an opportunity, Tracy made a break for it and ran for help, alerting Lisa Swain in the process. Lisa, now both a mother and a police officer caught in a nightmare, swapped places with Tracy and entered the property to negotiate with Rob. But his fury only escalated. As Lisa tried to gain control of the weapon, a tense struggle ensued. She managed to grab the gun and pointed it at Rob, demanding he sit down. But he laughed in her face, taunting her, which led to a violent tussle. Then, a gunshot rang out. Armed police finally stormed the house and Carla instinctively shielded Rob, despite everything he put her through. With Rob now disarmed, DC Kit Green made the arrest. But just as the situation seemed under control, the real tragedy was revealed. Lisa's teenage daughter Betsy had been caught in the crossfire and collapsed with a gunshot wound to her shoulder. Lisa was horrified to discover her daughter injured, clearly the unintended victim of the chaos. Betsy was rushed to hospital, and while early reports suggested her injuries were not life-threatening, the emotional damage was already done. In the aftermath of the drama, fans flooded social media with reactions, many expressing heartbreak over Betsy's fate, while others called out what they believed to be a glaring mistake in the episode's setup. Several viewers questioned how Betsy had even been close enough to the scene to get injured, pointing to a possible police oversight. User Spartacus 2963 asked, "Do the police not know how to cordon off a kennel?" Corey, another fan, "Kilts for me," echoed the sentiment. "Did they not think to post a few police round the back? No." Corey. Criticism continued as Transchronic 1 added, "Of course Betsy got caught in the firing line when the Ginnel weren't even cordoned off, like the whole street and surrounding streets should have been." Corey. Viewer Corolian 1982 commented, "So there were no police down the Ginnel and round the back of the house. Make it make sense, Corey." While some fans acknowledged the gripping intensity of the scene, others were left frustrated that what could have been prevented by a more realistic police cordon turned into tragedy. Given that Lisa is a high-ranking detective, the apparent lack of proper containment measures during such a dangerous standoff left viewers questioning the logistics of the scene. Despite the possible plot hole, the episode has been widely praised for its emotional performances and the raw complexity of the characters involved, particularly Lisa, who now must grapple with the trauma of accidentally injuring her own daughter in the line of duty. As Betsy recovers in hospital, fans are already speculating on what's next for Lisa Swain.